What's up, world? It's your boy Jaron Ikner back again with another video for Starstruck TV. This time we're talking about the new album from Busta Rhymes, Extinction Level Event 2. This album is 22 years in the making, and I will start off by this. Busta Rhymes is probably one of the most iconic rappers of all time. One of the most storied, one of the most history, has some of the biggest hits. But he took some time off in the last couple decades. He's been popping up here and there on a couple cameos, a few tracks here and there. The song he did with Eminem was pretty cool. His last album was great. But however, the last decade or so, Busta Rhymes hasn't been overly prominent in the hip hop scene. With that said, 2020 continues to be the year of the old head. Now, I didn't do a review video, reaction video, and this is a little bit off topic, but shout out to T.I.'s album, The Libra. Fantastic album. His album with a combination of Black Thoughts, J Electronica, and now Busta Rhymes of Extinction Level Event. We're really seeing this renaissance of like older rappers really showing these kids how to do it. And this album is really no exception. Star-studded from front to back. There's cameos from Chris Rock. We got Rhapsody, Louis Farrakhan. There's an Old Dirty Bastard verse on here. The leaked Kendrick Lamar song from years ago is on this album that features a Jackson 5 sample. Who else is on this album? We got Mary J. Blige, Nikki Greer, Mariah Carey. This album is packed to the brim with features, but at the same time, there's still enough solo tracks for it to be for Busta Rhymes to tell his story. What's also interesting about this album is that it is the sequel to one of his most successful albums, Extinction Level Event. Now, for those who are old heads like me, Extinction Level Event was an incredible album. Probably the album that really was a turning point for Busta Rhymes' career in terms of him becoming a more mainstream artist. That album is actually technically sound from front to back, and this album's really no exception. It really picks up where the last album left off. Hilarious Chris Rock intro that kind of plays on the intro from Extinction Level Event. And throughout you have a sermon from Louis Farrakhan, and just a lot of surprises throughout this album. The Old Dirty Bastard surprise is really nice. The song Mariah Carey, dope. The Kendrick Lamar song, I'm really glad that finally came out, and I'm hoping this means that Kendrick Lamar is going to return with some music here soon, and that this is the catalyst for that. I'm also surprised by the production too, and what's always interesting about Busta Rhymes is that Busta Rhymes always manages to push the threshold of what it means to rap over cool beats and cool sounds. This album really is no exception. There's a Bell Biv DeVoe Poison sample on here that just kind of samples the first part, the din 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 din, and he just raps over that, and he kills it. And it's like, man, Busta Rhymes really is one of the greatest rappers of all time. And this album kind of really reminds us of that, because like I said before, Busta Rhymes hasn't been prominently active in the modern day hip hop trap beat laden society that we're in today. He's been popping up here and there, but he's not over here trying to rap with Lil Uzi Vert and Lil Baby on tracks. Instead, he's going back to basics and keeping it simple, using traditional boom bap on most of the album, and really just kind of perfecting the sound that he kind of crafted. His voice is a little bit more gravellier. I mean, he's getting older, so there is a little bit of oldness in his voice, like vocally speaking, but I actually think it adds a interesting element to the album in general, because this is supposed to be a continuation of a story that is 22 years later. And I really love the fact that Busta Rhymes decided to drop this album when he decided to drop it. He gets pretty political on here. This is not just an album that he's doing to remind people how dope of a rapper he is. He's saying some shit on here. There's some shots fired, including Jay-Z and Beyonce, and a wealth of people, but also society in general, our government. He talks about the viruses. He talks about a lot that's going on right now, and also the idea that as black people we need to be uniting. A lot of heavy themes on this album, which is probably why he saved it for Extinction Level Event and not for his other albums like Big Bang, because some of these songs I feel like have been in his catalog waiting for a minute to be released. Like, these aren't songs that he made recently. The prime example is a song by Kendrick Lamar that has been, like I said, leaked a long time ago. That finally made the album, and I think the reason why that wasn't released earlier was because of sample clearances, etc., so forth. But that song is just an example of the fact that a lot of these songs in this album probably were made over the last decade, and it seems that Busta Rhymes has been simmering on this really great music and crafting this really calculated and thoughtful album, waiting for the right time to drop it. And as you know, the world is in the middle of a cluster F right now, so this is the absolute perfect time to drop this album. The songs like You with Anderson .Paak, there's a video out for that where they do the spy versus spy thing. Genius video, and I'm hoping I see more, because as you know, Busta Rhymes is one of the kings of rap videos, and that actually is like one of his biggest, I wouldn't say advantages as an artist, but it's one of the things that we know Busta Rhymes for is his great music videos. The video that he did with Anderson .Paak, very charismatic, very colorful. There, people exploding and stuff like that. Makes me happy because now I know that Busta Rhymes is going to be doing the Busta Rhymes stuff that he usually does, and I'm really excited to see more videos from him. There's a lot of music on this album. What is it? There's 22 tracks, which in 1998 would have been the perfect amount, but in 2020 is a little heavy-handed. There's no song over here that clocks over 5 minutes besides the intro song and the last song. So it is a quick listen. The songs go quick, and there's a lot of skits, a lot of things to carry you over to the next song. It's a must listen. If you're a fan of hip hop, even if you don't really mess with the traditional boom bap, or these old head rappers, you need to listen to this. With that said, it would have been cool if Busta Rhymes did reach out to like a younger head, throw a little baby on here, throw I don't even know, YB and Cordae would have been kind of cool if you're looking for a spitter, just to show that he's willing to build the bridge. But as I said before, it does kind of seem like a lot of these songs were being built over a very long time. This wasn't something that he threw together over the last, like during the pandemic, right? This is something that he's probably been sitting on for a minute. It sounds that way. His album is crafted masterfully. Very happy about the production. I really don't have any complaints about this album, arguably. Like, I'm gonna have to give it a deeper listen, of course. I'm not the biggest fan of the belief system of Louis Farrakhan in regards to oppression of anti-Semitic views, but in regards to what his theme seems to be about uniting Black lives and going beyond that, not just Black lives, it's beautiful. And someone like Busta Rhymes, who is highly respected in the industry and is known for his charisma and his ability to connect with people, this is exactly what we need. But tell me if I'm wrong. Let me know what you think. Hit the comment section, like, subscribe, do all the stuff that we do. We'll be back again with more videos. And make sure you check out my new YouTube page if you like movies, TV, stuff like that. I'm talking about stuff over there. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Peace.